Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Disabled podcast, where we talk about sports, music, and culture. I'm your host Eli, co-host Fredy through Zoom.
Yo, what's up? How we doing, people?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Everything
Live from the streets of New York.
Yes,
Even though I'm
sir.
not in the street, I'm in the bookstore. But
Freddy's in the bookstore right now.
I'm in the bookstore, yes. I'm being studious.
How does
You
it
can see
look?
the books. So, I mean, it looks pretty nice. This bookstore's a vibe, you know? They
Nice.
have like a lunch menu, too. So it's not like just a regular bookstore.
Got you.
But,
Okay.
Yeah. How was your weekend, bro?
My weekend
What
was
you end up
good.
doing?
A lot of football. I was very
Yes.
tired. I watched college football and NFL football, so I was
Oh, you
drained.
double dipped.
Yeah, I was
double dipped.
exhausted by the start of the week, which is today, guys.
Yes.
But I'm excited to be back, and let's get into these NFL games, man.
Let's go.
All right, so the first game we had was Thursday Night Football, Chiefs versus Ravens. That was a score of 27-20. Patrick Mahomes threw for 291 yards, one touchdown, one pick. Lamar Jackson threw for 273, and ran for 122 yards, two touchdowns, and one fumble. They unfortunately lost because in the fourth quarter, with about 2 minutes left, he missed three targets basically. Two to Likely and one to Zay Flowers. Yeah.
Yes.
One to Zay Flowers. The defense on both ends was going basically back and forth. I did like the way the Chiefs look offensively with Xavier Worthy. Clap that up real quick for the rookie. I'm so proud of him. Rasheed Rice did his thing, had $130 and a lot of receptions. I was surprised that the Ravens did not want to use Derrick Henry as much as I thought they were going to use him that night. And unfortunately,
they didn't use Mark Andrews until the third quarter.
Right, and they didn't use Mark Andrews until the third quarter. And I'm surprised. Do you think, in your opinion, is Mark Andrews still the top guy to you, or do you think likely he's going to take that spot?
By the looks of it, likely might take that spot.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it may or may not have to do with like his diabetes, because he does suffer from diabetes.
Right. And then the car crash that happened.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know
back in August.
if he's like, in terms of workload, slowing down a little bit.
Right.
Like sort of like, I'm
With
trying
Kelsey.
to think like a Greg Olsen, or like like an older Gronk
Right.
type of, where it's just like, if you need me in the clutch, I'll be clutch, but I'm not willing to do 100. I may be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
But
I
that
definitely agree.
that
Because he
was
definitely
given,
had
because
a way
even when
bigger
they brought
impact
in
on Thursday.
even when they brought in Likely and Andrews at the same time, we all knew they were going to run it.
Right.
Like it was, I knew they were going to run it.
Right.
So I didn't like, because to me, I don't. That's why I think they didn't use Henry a lot, because they didn't know how to use him. Which is kind of shocking, because your offense is running. Like
Yeah.
I could tell. Okay, Henry's gonna run. Okay,
Like
Lamar might run.
you can tell in certain formations, correct? Like
In certain formations, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a shotgun and they have two tight ends, I know that's my. And
Right.
Henry's obviously on the floor.
Right.
You can tell. So
Right.
for me, that was kind of shocking. Like I didn't expect them to. I expect them to be a little bit more like surprisingly, where it's just like, okay, Lamar's gonna run, and then like
Right, and then like
after
where
that,
it
2
looks
plays.
unpredictable to where you don't
Exactly.
know
Where you
who's gonna
don't
have
know
the ball.
who's gonna run, but like it was kind of obvious who.
So
was
there
gonna
was
run.
three things that I noticed about the Ravens' weaknesses. One was Lamar Jackson's accuracy to drop it in the bucket in the red zone. Because he had, like I said earlier, he had two missed targets with likely one of them likely caught, but his foot was out of bounds,
Out of bounds. So you
which
had a
was the
KD.
last game.
You had a KD moment.
Right. And another one was the wide open Zay Flowers throw right before that. He was wide open, running to his left, and he threw it right, and it clearly missed him by like 5 yards.
Right.
Another thing was the offensive line. You got 3 new offensive line players who don't know how to properly protect Lamar Jackson to where he can either throw it or run it. Because as soon as he hiked it, he's basically running either to his left or his right to figure out who. Like, he's running for his life, basically. And 3,
Yeah.
that fourth down play where they had Zay Flowers behind the offensive line to kind of hide him because it was throwing off the Chiefs defense. Aguilera was supposed to block on that play. Trent McDuffie, he doesn't, and Trent McDuffie grabs him by the foot and stops the fourth down play. And then it's a quick turnaround, and the Chiefs end up getting a 6-point lead off of the field goal kick. So just those mistakes right there to me is what cost the Ravens.
Well,
the game.
the number one thing, Lamar's not clutch. Just get that out of the way. That's like you're basically trying to find a nice way to say Lamar is not clutch.
Right.
Because even with all of that, you could still win this game.
Yeah. And we all know those 3 quarterbacks, talking about Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow, make those 3 throws accurately.
Yeah, he's not missing.
They're not missing those.
Especially Josh. Was that what I saw this weekend with Josh? Because I was wrong about the Bills.
Right.
He would have ran it in there. You know what I mean? Like, he would have made something happen. So, he's just not clutch to me.
Yeah.
He's just not clutch to me.
And I don't
with
know.
All the mishaps.
Right. And I
like,
don't
there's
know
no
at this
excuses.
point,
Like, I can't give you an excuse.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, sorry. I don't know if at this point in his career if he's going to be able to fix his inaccuracies and his clutch thing.
No. Like, the inaccuracy, you can't. You could fix. Because like in any other situation, he's making that throw. But because it's Spags, because it's Chance City, the environment, like you got to be clutch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because I have your rule, your and Dad's rule, where it's just like if it touches the receiver, it's the receiver's fault now, not the quarterback. It literally didn't throw. It literally didn't touch no receiver. And the first play, Lively. Like when he like hit the ground and then
he got knocked out of bounds. He got knocked out of bounds.
Got knocked out of bounds. Yeah, got knocked out of bounds. But he was injured. Like he was injured. He had to wait a minute, and then he went bad.
Right.
So I don't know. I just feel like it just felt like they didn't have like a scheme. Like
plan
they
for the
were
Chiefs.
reliant. Like it was either it's going to Lively or it's going to Zay. One of the two.
Right.
Like you have Mark Andrews, you have Bowen, who was clutch for you the last play to get you to the
Bateman, the wide receiver Bateman.
Yeah, Bateman, exactly. You have him, like you have other weapons. You have Henry who can catch you a pass out of the backfield.
For sure.
Like there's no creativity in the offense. Their defense was good.
Defense was amazing. They picked off.
Bro, if you get a pick out of Patrick Mahomes,
you got to utilize it. Yeah.
You got a chance. You got a chance to win this
game.
Because he barely be doing picks. So it's more the Ravens letting everyone down than like the Chiefs.
Right.
We expect this out of the Chiefs.
Got it. Okay, I agree with that. Because I was gonna say on the Chiefs end, that pick from Quentin Smith or Ronton Smith, that was huge. The other pick that they almost got at the 2 minute and 30 seconds mark, where Patrick had to jump in between 2 defenders and catch the ball.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was big.
And besides those 2 mistakes, you can argue that the Chiefs played a perfect game. Besides those 2 incidences.
No, it was still sloppy.
Okay.
From the Chiefs end, it was still sloppy.
Do you think that was because you're talking about the drop passes from Pacheco, Juju Smith-Schuster,
it was just because to me, to me, they should have at least had like a little bit of a commanding lead if everything is firing on all
Right.
cylinders. But
Especially over the
you
two
don't have
turnovers
Hollywood.
that they got off of the Ravens.
Yeah, like and Juju Smith-Schuster, he dropped a pass that was almost a touchdown.
Right. And
So
Pacheco did too on the
and
side.
Pacheco did too. Yeah. And you don't have Hollywood Brown yet, so and
Right.
he's another threat.
Right. He's another
Because they
threat
were
that.
saying on ESPN, Dan Orlovsky was saying how the Chiefs last year they didn't have a vertical threat like Tyreek Hill.
Right.
So now that they do, they technically have two. Because people are forgetting about Hollywood Brown.
Yep.
And you can go wide with
And then
everyone
Xavier
because that's
Worthy
what they're
and
used to.
Rice.
But
Yeah.
now you can go wide and vertical. You know
Vertical.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
it's looking. It's just their defense has to hold up. Like to me, the biggest issue for the Chiefs this year is defense.
Is that because of Sneak? Because they played pretty good.
Yeah, that's because they play
Okay.
pretty good. But I'm saying like typically you have two corners that are deadly. This year you
Right.
can kind of have one.
You kind of have one, and you're trying
Kind
to
of have one.
you're hoping that Watson pans out.
Yeah,
You're
basically,
hoping that Watson pans out.
basically.
Because besides the left corner, their defense is pretty much the same from last year.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. So we can agree with that. The next game we have is the Brazil game. That was the Eagles versus the Packers. Eagles won 34-29. Jordan Love got hurt at the end of the game with that knee injury. He sprained his
He's out.
MCL.
He's out for
He's
like
out
three,
for
three to
three to
5
six
weeks.
weeks. 3 to 6
Yeah,
weeks.
something like that.
Um, first of all, that field was terrible. That was a soccer field that was turned into an NFL field, and you can clearly see
They
from what I was
literally they literally just painted it. That's
right.
it.
Exactly. And you can clearly see that from what I was watching, both defenses were slipping on assignments. Like when you would deliver the ball, they had the tackle, but then they end up slipping, going in for the tackle, and then it turns into a 10-yard gain for the wide receiver. That was a
The
problem a
only
lot.
one that didn't affect was Saquon. Because Saquon, I think he trains on soccer fields. Like
Right.
he trains on different fields.
Right.
So
So that panned it out for him. Thank you. Bringing up Saquon, that pretty much saved the Eagles from their mistakes because Saquon ran for like a buck 20 and 2 touchdowns, and he caught a
he had
touchdown.
three. He had three. He
He
had
had three
three.
touchdowns. Yes, I'm sorry. He had two rushing touchdowns and he caught one in the backfield, which was I know it's killing the Giants
Crazy.
right now. It's
Yeah,
killing the
facts.
Giants. Um,
Facts.
but
Especially after the Giants, the way they. Oh my God.
yeah, Reed for the wide receiver for the Packers, Reed, he had a great game. He had 2 touchdowns, a 70-yard bomb from Jordan Love, so he has potential there. But unfortunately, because Love is hurt now, out for 3 to 6 weeks, they have to rely on Malik Wilkins, and I don't know how that's gonna.
Is that the dude? Is that the dude that used to be Lamar's backup?
That's a guy that used to be the backup to Ryan Tannehill for the Tennessee Titans.
Okay. So it's similar because he runs.
Yeah, he runs. Yes.
Okay.
And Jacoby, Jacoby,
Percent.
no. The running back for the Packers,
Uh, Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. Thank you. Josh Jacobs had a solid game. I mean, he did. He slowed down. He started out slow and then he kind of picked up his pace and got big yards.
Yeah,
But
but that's how he
other
typically plays. He plays like
right,
that.
he plays very slow and picks it up. Yeah. Ultimately, it was just an ugly game for both teams. Part of it is the field, and then part of it is they're both of their offensive schemes is just different. Like
Yeah.
I can tell the Eagles rely on running out of the pocket, getting rushing yards from their quarterback and their running back, sort of like the Ravens with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and then that Philly push, that tush push, that's not gonna work as well
Yeah.
as it used to because they don't have Jason Kelsey as their center. They have a brand new center there and it's not going to be as effective. So that's with the Philadelphia Eagles. But overall, on paper, they're going to be very still a talented team. On the Packers end, you have Reed, you have Watson as your wideouts, you have Josh Jacobs as your back, and then Jordan Love is gonna be. He's You can clearly see that he's gonna make improvements from last year, but because of the injury, it's gonna be a whole
And we
now
don't know. We don't know
month
because he's
wait.
never been injured before.
Right, because he's never been injured before, so now they have to kind
I
of
mean,
just.
it's only an ankle sprain, but that can like linger.
Well, yeah, that
So
on top of the MCL sprain that he had. So now you have a right MCL sprain and then a high ankle sprain.
yeah.
But
So the only thing
what?
that concerns me about the Eagles is Hurts. Like sometimes he tries to overdo the play, and
Right,
that's why he got that pick.
pick. Right,
Like,
right, right,
like you got to just throw it away. Like you're not gonna, you know what I mean? But
right.
like that's the only thing, because you got the
And
weapons.
that pick against Alexander, he threw it across his body, which you never really do as a you know as a better quarterback not to throw it across your body across the field because that's an easy pick.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
that's
you
what I'm
said,
saying. Like just throw it away. Because
yeah,
Mahomes used to do that a lot. Now he don't do that. I mean, he
right.
does that still, but like he knows it's gonna be a catch,
Right,
sort of.
right, right. And everybody's
So
trying to be Mahomes,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. Even Josh Allen does that, and when Josh Allen is a pick 9 times out of 10.
Right, right. What are your hopes for the Packers now after the situation with Jordan Love?
Just keep afloat. I don't know what their schedule's looking like. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think it's that difficult. Just keep afloat until he comes back.
Right,
Like you
right,
gotta go. If he's out 4 weeks, you gotta go at least two and two.
right, right. Two
Like
and two,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right. And
So
if it's 6 weeks, you go three and try to go 4-2, maybe 3-3,
yeah, if you go a
at the
month
bottom.
with
Right,
like if you lose for like a month, that's it. You're done.
right. And then now,
So
that might open up an opportunity for the Bears to take in that wild card
yeah,
spot
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in those
yeah.
situations like that. So, but we'll see. And then the last game we have is the Cowboys versus the Browns. This was Tom Brady's first game broadcasting. Let's clap
Mm.
that up for him real quick. The Cowboys defense obviously looks dominant with Mike Zimmer as their defensive coordinator compared to Dan Quinn from last year. It's about the same to
I mean,
me.
they still yeah. I don't
It's
see the difference.
yeah, I don't see the difference, but I did see Micah Parsons in like multiple different positions. He was on certain ends on the left side of the field. Sometimes he was coming out the middle, and sometimes he was on the
And
right
I like
side.
that. I like that because I feel like last year we only saw him on like one side of it.
Right, and it kind of made him limited. But you have to use him as a hybrid. You have to use him in multiple
Yeah.
positions. Um, Watson looked to me terrible. I don't. I was gonna say. Well, yeah, he looked like
Rashawn.
Addison. Yeah, Deshaun Watson. He didn't look good. Part of it is the Cowboys defense, but part of it was just his
Part of it
scanning,
was just him not making the throw.
him not making a throw, and the scanning the field. Like it was certain plays where Amari Cooper would be open and he would throw it like over his head a lot, or just out of bounds, and
Just
it's just
simple plays like a slant route.
right,
He
right.
wouldn't make the throw because he
He
was
wouldn't
trying
make
to
the
get
throw.
more yards.
And because of the defense from the Cowboys, Dak Prescott didn't really have to do a lot. He only threw for 180 yards and like one touchdown, and he handed it off for Elliott for a rushing touchdown. So that was
Yeah.
cool for those two to reconnect. But it was a real
Yeah.
dominant game from the
To me, it was
Cowboys.
more the Browns. It was more the Browns like not doing enough,
Right,
and then the Cowboys doing. Because the Cowboys did what they had to, and they kind of took advantage that Deshaun was that bad.
right,
So, because their defense, it was still weird. Like it wasn't dominant. Because I'm pretty sure if their defense stepped up, they would have kept it like a lot closer
yeah.
to
Not
to
to
have like a puncher's chance.
Not to
But I
mention
don't know.
the Browns defense. I'm sorry, the Browns offense is a little limited because they don't get Nick Chubb's back until at least week 5 from his ACL
Yeah.
tear from last year.
Actually, yeah. And you can
But
tell like not having Chubbs like
Yeah.
It's really hurt.
It's a real,
Cause
yeah.
but I don't get it. Just like even in the office, when you see it when they play with Joe Flacco, it just looked like
Yeah, it looked,
more
it looked
fluid.
more polished.
But that's because Joe Flacco, if you gave him 10 yards, he was going to throw it for 10 yards. Like, he
Right.
wasn't trying to go for 20, 30, 40 yards a
Right.
throw. It just, how much it just looks bad, though. It just looks
And
terrible.
he looked like he missed
Because people,
his exhilaration like bursts that he used to have back in Houston to like extend the play, like
I
on
mean,
some
to
Russell
me,
Wilson.
I haven't seen Deshaun play since the last year in Houston. Let's just say that. Because even the few games he played before he got injured, like, I really didn't see the Browns like that.
Right.
So, to me, it's more of like, I don't know if he can do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Because
I'm
people are saying, do you start Jameis Winston? Because that's his backup.
right. That's his backup now. I'm gonna say it's well
And for
one.
me, yes.
It's
Because
it's
the
it's game
Browns, you're
one.
not playing. Bro. The Browns, you gotta go to the playoffs. Like they expect you to go to the playoffs. Your defense is legit. Like if your defense was then like okay, cool. But like your
Right.
defense is top five. Like whenever you have a top five defense, you expect to make a push for the playoffs.
Yeah, and they had the number one defense I think against the run, and like top three against the pass. So yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna give Deshaun Watson 3 more games. By week 4, they'll know if they need to push to move off him and start Jameis Winston.
Mm.
I'm giving him 3 more
I give,
weeks because I don't want to
I give,
overreact.
I give him one more week.
Give okay
I
one
give
more game.
if
Okay.
you don't show me anything
Yeah.
next week, then I gotta consider it.
Yeah, for sure, for
Or
sure.
at least sit him down and have a conversation like, yo, make the throw. Because it's not the offensive scheme because we know it works.
Right,
Like you
right.
saw it. Like you saw with left quarterbacks that are like, and you're the second highest paid. Shout out to Dak. He got his money.
Yeah, I was gonna. We'll go into that now. But real quick, the broadcaster from Tom Brady was
But yeah,
not.
how did you like that?
It was weird because he has to find his lane now, and it's gonna take him a couple games and a couple weeks. I get understand that, but he just might have. I feel like he either over prepared or he just was really nervous, and it wasn't what we.
He was talking too nerdy. He was too nerdy.
Yeah, he was too
You know
little
what I mean by that?
analytical,
Where it's just
and
like, yeah, it was too like he was talking at too analytical. Where it's just like the average user doesn't have no idea what you're saying.
right. But we gotta give him some grace period. It was his first game. I definitely expect by like mid-season to the end of the season he'll be slowly getting better. I just don't know what his niche is gonna be because, like for example, Tony Romo has a big personality on CBS. He can show it. We see it all the time. He calls out the plays. He knows the plays before the plays happen. That's his niche. Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football last night, he's very critical of all these quarterbacks that he's watching. So he'll flame you if you start, like for example, if he was at Fox like how he was before, he would have cursed out Jameis Winston for that performance because he's an analytical, critical, old legendary quarterback who would call out the quarterbacks. I'm saying I don't know where Tom Brady's niche is gonna be. Like, are you gonna be the overly? Are you gonna be the
I feel like he
critical?
wants to be like a little bit like Tony.
Like
He
personality
was
wise,
trying to do. He was trying to do that. Like he was trying to dissect plays, but
trying
the
to yeah,
problem
right,
was he was too He was too nerdy.
right,
I was like, I
overly
don't know
prepared.
what that means. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
overly like nerdy, which some people like, some people don't. But it's just like
yeah. I just
you
need
can do
him
that, but it's just like your tone has to be a little bit more like I guess
calmer, or just not calmer,
cool. No, not even calm.
but
Like
just more
you just
loose,
gotta be cool
more.
about it.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
loose.
you gotta be
And,
cool.
and over time, like I said, that would probably happen. But
Because
I just need.
even when he interviewed Micah at the end, he made it about him.
Oh, with the LFG award.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When
yeah.
he was
So
just asking him questions about the game, he didn't ask him about like he asked him about like oh like you're not tackling me anymore,
right,
and
right,
it's just like we know that, like we know that
right.
thought.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But like I said, in his first game, uh, he'll get better.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
I know his because Tom's voice is very like it's catchy.
yeah, and it's unique because we were used to it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's not like we're not used to it. Just what he's talking about is just like out of context.
Right. In other news, congratulations to Dak Prescott for being the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He got that contract extension. It was
I don't think he deserves it.
well,
Not the money.
he had all the
I
leverage
don't think he
in the
deserves.
world. He it's
I
a,
know. I'm
well,
saying
it's a
I was
hold
talking to
on.
some.
Sorry. It's a 4-year deal, $240 million contract. 231 of it is guaranteed, which means it's basically only a $9 million bonus. And he's gonna get $60 million a year.
Yeah.
So that's
And
higher
then
than Joe Burrow and higher than Trevor Lawrence.
the previous and highest guaranteed,
Highest guarantee, yes.
because Deshaun got 230 fully guaranteed.
Okay, got it.
So
Well, and I was gonna say was he had all the leverage in the world because if you cut him, it's a $40 million cap hit for the Dallas Cowboys, and then if you let him walk, or other way around, it's a $80 million. It's he had all leverage because in one hand it's a $80 million hard cap. Either if they I think they traded him or if they released him, and then if it's a release, it's a $40 million hard cap. So they was gonna lose money, big money
or
either way.
or you could have let him walk because it's last year, and then drafted Shador.
Yeah. Which I thought that they were
But
gonna do. I'm not
I
gonna
thought
hold
they
you.
were gonna do.
I thought they were gonna do
But
it
I
too.
think they thought they were thinking, okay, this team might go to playoffs, so we might not even
Get a top 5, top 10 pick.
get a top 10 pick
Unless they trade
unless
Marcus
they trade it.
Parsons for some top 10 pick. Excuse me,
Yeah,
sorry.
which they're not gonna do.
Right.
So
But I mean,
yeah,
does he deserve it? Who knows? But he got that money, so
I just don't think he deserves it because he hasn't done anything in the playoffs.
yeah. But regular
That's
season
it.
wise, he has. He has thrown for 4,000 yards, and he has every year pretty much had them in 11 to 13 wins. So in that case, he definitely does deserve it. Playoff wise, I agree with you. He doesn't deserve it.
And if I'm just the philosophy of like a Mahomes, a Brady, where it's just like, don't give me the most money. Give me some of it.
Right.
Let's build a team around me. I want to win. I'll
Right.
get the money on endorsements or whatever. Like I'll get that money back somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's just my philosophy. Because now, like Micah, like what are you gonna do, with Micah?
Right.
Like you can't. You just signed CD. You just
You
signed
just
Dak.
signed Dak.
Where are you gonna find the money to sign Michael Parsons?
Right. Now, mind you,
And
they are
then are
worth
you
a
gonna
billion
suck for the
dollars.
next 5 years?
They are worth $1 billion. So we'll see. Um,
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying there's still a cap.
just total cap.
There's still a cap.
Right.
So
Speaking
I don't know.
of, speaking of real quick, because of this contract, now Patrick Mahomes is like the 12th or the 11th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
It's
But he's
crazy.
smart because he knew he was gonna get like he wanted to do that. He wanted to
Right.
take the Brady route.
And technically, he's worth way more than his contract is actually. We know
A
that because
hundred
of
percent, a hundred percent.
how talented
He's
he
probably
is.
making he's probably making double that
And
in
endorsements.
endorsements.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And
And
Mahomes, at the time when Mahomes signed that, we was looking at it like, okay, that's crazy.
right, but they had just won a championship, so
And
you
they had
plan for
just
the
won a
future.
championship there.
So you
Because at the
plan for the
time when
future.
he signed that, I think he was around top 5 or top 3 or whatever most
Right,
paid.
right.
So it's just the market, bro. The market is
Yeah.
the market. You
Oh,
can't beat
I
it.
was gonna thank you because another reason why this contract was even possible was because which we saw in the Hard Knocks with the Giants. Every team now has $20 million extra space in the cap space because their salary cap went up. Talking about
Yeah.
as an organization, so
Because they
that's
got
how
new endorsement deals. They got
right
Amazon. Now they
with
got
the Amazon,
Peacock.
right? Exactly. With
Yeah.
Netflix, with the Christmas games now being on
Netflix,
Netflix.
yeah, Netflix,
Yeah, for
and the
sure.
Netflix shows. So.
Exactly. And in serious news, Sunday, Tyreek Hill, wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, he got arrested about maybe 2 hours before the game. He got pulled over. Yesterday, they did release the body cam, and it basically showed a racial hate crime against Tyreek Hill because the cops in the body cam never explained why they were pulling him over, whether it was for speeding or a tail light. He was just trying to get to the game like he typically is supposed to. And as a requirement, you do have to get to the game about 3 hours or 2 hours before the game
Yeah,
starts.
you do.
Um,
You
and it
do.
was basically just a typical hate crime against Lamar, against Tyreek Hill. They never explained why they pulled him over. They were very aggressive with him, putting their knee to his chest, and then yanking him down on the curb, where he clearly states that, "Yo, I'm doing what I'm being diligent and following the orders. I'm just don't be aggressive because I just did surgery on my right knee."
Is that true? I'm just asking because I don't know.
What, the surgery?
The surgery on the knee, yeah.
Apparently, if he did do it, he
Because
probably
I
did
didn't
it
even know.
discreetly and didn't tell anybody. But apparently, from what the body camera was showing, he did say that he had right knee surgery and that he didn't need. He asked him not to be that aggressive with them. But
Because like you had surgery, but you're about to play a football game. That's kind of
right,
crazy.
well, it depends on when the surgery happens. So
Yeah,
if
it
you don't
depends
know,
on what surgery happened. But I'm saying like Dad thought that was like the timing of that was just like I don't think we were supposed to know that.
um, if I'm
Yeah,
not
the
mistaken,
body cam footage,
yeah,
I didn't like it per se. Um, you can clearly see that when he rolled down his window, gave the papers, and then he rolled it back up. They were pissed that he rolled it back up
right,
because they're like, the windows are tinted, but even in the video, you can still see like his hands are free.
right.
So
He's doing what he's supposed to do, right.
yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do. But from like a non, they just say it's not Tyreek Hill and it's a regular person. If you roll your windows back up, they're gonna get mad at you because that's what they do. They just get mad because they're like, "Oh, you're defining my power. I told you to roll it down. Like, why is it not roll? Like, why are you rolling it up? Like,
Right.
you're not in charge here. I am."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the authority
And the fact
power.
that it was
Right.
Tyreek Hill, they didn't care if it was Tyreek Hill.
No,
Like,
no.
clearly you can tell that's Tyreek because one of the officers was like,
Just
"Oh, that's
and,
Tyreek
and
Hill."
just a month
Like,
ago
you know who that is.
they showed body cam of Trippie Red getting pulled over. Same thing. They
Yeah.
were like he's like, "Yo, I'm a rapper. I'm Trippie Red. I'm just riding around, this and that." But we know that because
Because
this
the
is
thing
not.
is, like the structure of power, they want that like power. Like, yeah, because you're Tyreek Hill, I have more power over you because you're not above the law.
Right.
Like you still need to obey.
Right.
And that's what I got from the video.
I do know
Um,
that one of the police officers did take an absence of leave from the police department,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's good.
because I wonder if it was the one who got mad because I don't
The
know
one,
who it
the
is.
one that was being. Are you asking
The
about the
one
one
that
that pulled them out of the car?
Yeah, the dude that put him out of the car.
Out of the
The
car.
dude that like
Okay.
knocked on the window. I want to see like is it that guy or is it the other one?
It's just the other
Because
one. Okay.
even you can see like one of Tyreek's teammates also got arrested
Yeah.
because he was in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Um, and then to me it was just like they just made a big deal out of it.
Out
Like
of
it wasn't that
out
serious.
of
Because
out of
even
nothing.
Tyreek was like, "Yo, just give me my ticket so I can go. Like I gotta go."
Right. Right.
But because he rolled his window up, they were like, "Okay, you're playing with us. We're gonna arrest you now."
Right. So you're right, and like I said before, there's
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
They never explain what the real. Besides it being a hate crime, they never explain what the real reason was to put him over for.
Yeah, they didn't. They never state either one of two things may occur. Either they recorded it too late, like
Talking about the body
like the
cam.
statement already. Yeah, they turned on the body cam too late. Because as soon as you get out, so there's a thing. As soon as a police officer, according to my knowledge, as soon as the police officer gets out their car, they have to turn on their camera. Sometimes they forget to, and they turn it on like what
As they're
they
doing
don't
it.
turn it on
Yeah.
right away. Exactly.
Right. Right.
So, because if you don't turn on the camera, you can literally like that's it. Like your job, they find you. Like you
Right.
have to turn it on.
Right.
Uh,
What was this?
so
You
because
said that
that's
there
what
was.
the I
Sorry.
think the officers they I think that they stated what it was. I don't know. I may be wrong. They may have stated what it was
Before the body cam.
right before the body cam was turned on.
Okay.
Because I think in between like him putting the window down and putting it back up, he probably put it down the first time. They exchanged words. He didn't like what they said. He rolled it up, and then that's when we see the camera.
Right. Okay.
Because when you see the camera roll, we see it with it like already almost all the way up. I think that's what happened. Um, I may be wrong though. I don't know, but I just don't like the way they
It
handled
was
the
handled.
situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he put his knee on his like back,
Yeah.
like really hard. Like it was just nasty. It was
Yeah. And
nasty.
then you're gonna shove him to
And
the ground.
his
Yeah.
face, like his body, is in Florida, bro. Like, you know how
Right.
hot it is in Florida.
Right.
Like the pavement, the heat from there, like it's just not humane. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are saying online, like, okay, the reason why he rolled it back up is because he don't want people to notice. The fact that you're getting pulled over in a fancy car, people notice already.
Plus,
Like
they
you don't,
already
you know
know who
what I
you
mean?
are. They already know who you are.
They already know. They already know you.
Yeah.
Like you know, what I mean, it could be me and you in a Lambo. But just
Yeah.
because we in a
Yeah.
Lambo, we get pulled over, people gonna stop and look. Like, oh, who
Right.
is that? Like, that must be somebody famous because we're in a Lambo.
For sure. For sure. All good
You
points,
know?
man.
So,
All good points.
yeah, so I don't like it. I hope justice gets served.
Yeah, they need to.
And,
Honestly, they either need to lose their job or go to jail. Cause that well, from what we can see, that was clearly a hate
I'm
crime.
telling you right now, they're not going to jail. They just probably gonna get a
Yeah, they'll probably
suspension.
okay. So they'll probably get a suspension, which I'm fine with. But some diligent crime needs. I mean, justice needs to be served. Yeah.
He said Tyreek Hill's agent is calling for the
Tyreek Hill's
Oh,
agent.
okay.
Okay, so just
Uh,
okay, gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
That's fair. That's
And
fair.
shout out to Tyreek, the fact that you were still able to play, because
Yeah.
according to his agent, on like that same day on ESPN, they asked him like what happened. His agent was like, "Oh, Tyreek is gonna play, like he's still gonna play, but he didn't want to play,
Right.
so he still played. Ended up with 100 and something yards, a touchdown,
Yeah,
and the
80 yard
celebration.
touchdown. Yeah.
So shout out to
For sure.
Tyreek.
For sure.
And I like how he handled the press conference too. Like he turned it into something like let's turn it into something positive. He wants to be a police officer, which I find funny
Interesting.
that he
Interesting.
said that. Like I don't know when you're gonna be a police officer, but okay.
Especially at your confidence, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it with that. So we hope to update y'all. We'll update y'all as the process goes along. Other than that, week 2 picks. Now,
Yes.
let me
Wait,
just
before we go,
yeah.
give me a summary of your week 1. Like, was it everything you expected it to be?
The first
Like,
game was
what are your shockers? Like, what are your shockers? You're
um.
like, okay,
I'm shocked that the Bengals lost to the Patriots.
I
Did
agree.
not expect that. Um, I did like the season opener. That was a classic game.
Classic.
Another classic game was the Lions versus the Rams, and I was impressed with another team. I think I was impressed with the Bills and the way that they handled, because they were down in that game by like 2 touchdowns. So overall, great week 1 success. All right, let me let y'all know. Wait, okay, no, I'll give y'all the scores around week 4 because it's early. I'm not even gonna tell y'all who's the leader. It's week 4 early.
Wait,
Okay,
who's
so
the leader though? I still want to know. Like, where am I at? Where am I at?
can't tell you. I can't tell you because if I tell you, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. Um,
Oh my God.
Thursday night football, we had the Bills versus Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Bills.
Ooh,
Freddie, who are you taking?
I'm taking a Dolphin.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Dolphins. You got that?
I'm taking a Dolphin.
I'm taking the Bills.
Even though I didn't like Dolphins defense against the Jaguars, but
Freddie's gonna take the Dolphins.
I'm
All
taking
right. Second game, Jets versus Titans. I'm gonna take the
the
Jets.
Jets.
Okay. Giants versus Washington Commanders. I'm taking the Commanders.
Washington.
I'm taking the
The
Commanders.
Giants are terrible. Like I
Raiders.
knew they were gonna be bad. I didn't know they were gonna be as bad.
Yeah.
Commanders for you?
For which game?
Commanders?
Commanders. Yeah, both of us are taking the Commanders. Raiders versus Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Ravens.
Chargers versus Panthers. I'm taking the Chargers.
Chargers.
Saints versus Cowboys. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Buccaneers versus Lions. I'm gonna take the Lions.
Lions. Damn, we keep having the same picks.
You gotta stop doing
But
that.
they make sense. They make sense though.
Colts versus Packers. I'm gonna take the Colts, obviously.
I'm gonna take the Packers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Colts. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like even without Jordan Love, they gotta win. They
I
gotta
feel
win.
you.
So,
I feel you. Browns versus Jaguars. I'm gonna take. Damn.
take-
This
It's
game's gonna
tough.
suck. It's gonna suck.
I'm gonna go based off what you're saying.
I'm gonna go
wanna-
Jaguars. I'll go Jaguars.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the Browns just because they need the win a little bit. I mean, the Jaguars need the win too, but I feel like if Deshaun figures it out a little bit, they pull it out. But that's it. Like if you don't figure it out by this game, I can't trust the Browns.
Right. 49ers versus Vikings. I'm gonna take the 49ers.
Yep, me too.
Seahawks versus Patriots. I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
I like what I saw from the Patriots. Where they are? They in Buffalo?
They're in New England.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots. I like what I saw from the Patriots.
Rams versus Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Rams. No,
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams.
no. Yeah, I'll take the Rams. I'll take the Rams. Bengals versus Chiefs. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Steelers versus Broncos. I'm going to take the Steelers.
I am going to take the. Oh, it's tough. Because the Broncos played a good game.
They lost.
I know, but they still played a good game.
All right, well, hurry up and pick. What you going with?
Let me go with. Let me go with. Let me go with the Broncos. Let me go with the Broncos.
Okay. Bears versus Texans. I'm going with the Texans.
I'm going with the Texans.
And Monday night, Falcons versus Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles.
Eagles.
All right, guys. Those are our week 2 picks. Mom, do you have everything down?
Yes.
All righty. And that is that.
We have like 2 or 3. I mean, we will keep matching, but they all make sense.
Yeah. All right, Freddie, this is all you. Baseball news. What we got?
Yes, we have Jose Quintana, starting pitcher for the Mets. He just achieved 100 wins in his career.
Nice.
Clap that up for my guy.
Nice. Congratulations on that.
Congratulations. He is the first Colombian pitcher to have 100 wins ever.
Nice.
So,
That's what's up.
shout out to him for representing Colombia. And yeah, the Mets are hot. They're in the hunt for a wild card spot.
Aren't they like only 1.5 games behind the Braves?
Yeah, they're like 1 game behind. So yeah, so it's a neck and neck. They're neck and neck right now. So as the season winds down, You know, the Mets are trying to push him. So,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. All right.
that's it. Oh, and on top of that, Otani, remember last week we were talking about 40-40?
Yeah, he got 45-45,
Well,
right?
well, yeah, well, it looks like he's about to get 50-50.
Wait, how many
So he
games?
might get,
How many games are left?
there's like, there's at least, oh, let me see.
20. I'm assuming 25.
I don't know, it's too much.
Oh, so maybe like 18, 15,
Um,
10.
let me see. There is 3 weeks left.
Okay.
So
All right.
there's
So there's a lot of games within the 3 weeks. I'm assuming because they play every day.
there's 16 between 16 and 17 games left,
Okay. Then yeah, he can definitely get 50-50.
and he's I think he's 46, 47 or
47.
something like
Okay.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure.
Last time I checked, right, he's really close.
Where
So
is real quick? Where is Judge on the home run meter?
um, he hasn't had a homer in a
In a
few
minute?
games.
Okay.
In a minute, yeah. I don't think he's gonna get to 62.
No, I don't. I don't either. He already got past 50, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. All right. NBA news.
Judge is at 51 right now.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Nice.
I
Nice.
mean, you never know. He could go on a eight
Tear.
game, 10 game where he does a home run every game for 10 games, and he'll
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna get there.
All right. NBA news. Jamal Murray signed a 4-year deal, $208 million contract with the Denver Nuggets. It's really a 5-year deal because he still had one more year left on his previous contract. So clap that up for him.
He deserved that money. He brought
Deserved
y'all a
it.
championship,
Brought
so
a championship for sure. And he's not going nowhere. You're not leaving Joker
he's
behind where
not
he
going.
just, yeah, obviously not. So congratulations for that. And we wish him the best.
Yeah, I mean they
And they
already
got
have a
Westbrook.
core
And
there.
they got Westbrook on their team. So you know,
Oh yeah, they got Westbrook too. Now I'm a Denver fan now.
yep.
Um, so yeah, so they have Jamal, Joker, and MPJ locked up for the next. I want to say
And Aaron Gordon.
basically 4 seasons.
I think Aaron
And
Gordon still
Aaron
got 2 more
Gordon.
years left on his contract.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's good.
speaking of Aaron Gordon, he changed his number to his brother's number because his brother
Right.
passed
From
away
passed away, yes.
this summer. So he's gonna honor his brother with the switch of numbers, which
Okay.
I thought was dope.
That's what's going.
Yeah, it's
That's what's up.
I can't wait for NBA season to start.
Yeah, me either. Me either. And that's it, guys. All right. Culture. 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 First things first. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. He passed away, I believe, last week. According to the reports, it was a overdose. He was 34 years old. Condolences to his friends and family. We love him for his songs like Lifestyle,
Yeah, a type of way.
Type Away. Thank you. Type Away. Um, and legendary. Well, you know, for our generation, great artist, and he will be missed.
Yeah, he will be made, and he helped write a lot of songs that we like.
Gotcha. He was a songwriter. Okay.
So yeah, so he wrote a lot of songs, a lot of reference tracks, a lot of melodies.
Nice. Nice.
Uh,
Okay.
and you can safely say without him, Young Thug don't go the way Young Thug goes.
You talking about in terms of status?
In, ter- in terms of like, yeah, when I started, yeah, in terms of like just music and production and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like Rich Homie Quan was necessary to work with Thug so Thug could go and be what he is now.
Yeah, I can agree. I can agree.
You
And
know what I mean?
unfortunately, they just
So
won't be able to reconnect and make more songs together.
Yeah, because a lot of people were asking for them to like work together again.
And I
Um,
know,
but
I
he
know,
did say in an interview he was dealing with a lot of like drugs issues,
right.
drinking a lot of like lean. I think he was on Molly at some point, which
Uh-huh.
he ended up quitting. Um, but it's just sad, bro.
Yeah,
It's just
for
really
sure,
sad.
for sure. I'd like to send our condolences and prayers to James Earl Jones, ultimate legend. He was the voice of Mufasa from Lion King, the
All
voice of Darth
right.
Vader, the other many legendary films coming to America with Eddie Murphy, ultimate legend. He passed away at the age of 93. So I'd like to send his condolences to his family and friends. We love him, we miss him, and very sad day
Yeah.
for the world, man.
Damn,
Because
93. 93.
yeah,
That's a long life.
for sure, for sure.
That's a
And all the,
long
like I
life.
said, all the legendary films that he's done. Definitely, I actually didn't even know he was the voice of Darth Vader for the iconic, Star Wars series.
I didn't know either. I didn't know it was Mufasa either.
Yeah, definitely. I knew that, and definitely this funny film with Eddie Murphy were coming to America. So yeah.
Mm.
Um, Clap it up for Selena Gomez, who is officially a billionaire. Very exciting. I have no idea what she's been doing behind the scenes, but clearly it's been working
She
for
has
her.
a she has a she has a beauty line, like a makeup thing.
Ah, nice.
It's called Rare Beauty. She sold it for like a good chunk of change. I think
Nice.
close to the bill. And
Okay.
then like touring and music, she makes a lot of money from that.
Right.
The residual checks from the shows, she still makes a lot of money for that.
Right.
Like what's it like the Disney stuff? Like she still makes money from that.
Okay. So this
Uh,
equates to her being a billionaire.
yeah. Like 'cause they had a breakdown of like how, but the most money she's made is from the beauty stuff. Sort of like Kylie,
Right.
same
With her,
same
right. With
sort
her
of thing.
beauty stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Speaking of
well,
Selena,
obviously we know hers is. We know Selena Gomez's information is real.
yeah,
Cause the Kylie stuff
yeah,
was a little iffy, but
yeah. Speaking of Selena, she just said in an interview because they were asking her a bunch of questions, and she did say she cannot carry a child. She has like
Okay.
medical issues that
What I'm
she's
assuming
been
that's
dealing with.
with her lupus, her situation with
Yeah. So she
yeah,
can't carry a child without putting her or the child in danger.
right.
But she did say she's open to adoption.
That's
So
cool.
hopefully
That's great.
she can figure that out.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
That's good. Yeah. And lastly, we have Kendrick Lamar is officially going to be the host for the Super Bowl 59. Clap that up. Freddie's a little bit more upset about this than I am, but
I am.
I
I don't
understand
think it.
it.
I don't think he deserves it now.
Talking about Kendrick or who you
Kendrick.
originally picked.
Kendrick.
Now, well, like I said off the air, we know that Kendrick is the hottest artist out right now because of the situation. I've told you that this choice was even before the beef because that little football machine that he kept putting footballs in and launching them in the commercial was the soundbite he was using for one of his diss tracks towards Drake. And it was just more slowed down. And now when you play the trailer, it's the same machine, just more sped up. So that was clearly a decision made before the whole beef thing happened. It just how happened that the beef happened. He won it, and then it made him a bigger artist. And on top of that, for fans to understand this, it's not just Jay Z's decision to choose and pick who performs at the halftime performances. He's has a 30% picking in that decision because that was a whole partnership between Rock Nation and the NFL. He has to go through. He makes his list. He goes through the, um, I think the performance athletic director. He has to go through that team. He has to go through a PA team. Talking about the I guess the
Yeah.
team with the special effects, or
There's like checks and balances that people.
right.
Yeah,
He
it's
has to go
not
through
just like a
that.
Jay Z. It's
Yeah,
like
it's not
okay,
just like I just want y'all to understand. It's not just a Jay Z decision. He has to go through a bunch of
yeah,
hoops, and then he has to go through Apple Music because Apple Music has to sponsor it. And then on top of that, the last thing he also has to go through, he has to send it to the town. I mean, the city that the Super Bowl is in, and then they have to pick from that short list of celebrities to pick from, which means they looked at the short list, whether or not Lil Wayne was on it or not. That
well,
means
we
they
definitely on the list. There's
okay,
no way he's
fine.
not on the
So
list.
let's just assume he
Like
was
let's
on the list.
assume he was.
Fine. Let's assume that he was on the list. That means New Orleans. First of all, the NFL looked through their list. They picked Kendrick Lamar, and that means the city of New Orleans looked through that list, and they also picked Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne. So now, what does the city of New Orleans have to say about that? Because that means y'all chose Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne, which I don't have a problem with because I know how this game works. All you Americans should also know how the game works because you know how corporate American presentability works in this game. So that's all I gotta say. I'm happy for Kendrick Lamar. It was the right decision.
In Kendrick's defense, I don't think Little Wayne would have struggled a little bit to make a really like splash of a performance
Because he either misses his words or
because
he
it's
messes.
no, he don't mess
Oh,
with it. It's just like he like for example, Usher dances, so he does that. Like
right.
Justin Timberlake can dance a little, he does that. You know what I mean? So like even Bruno Mars could give you a step here and there. Like the
Because I'm pretty
weekend,
sure. I'm pretty
like
sure also too the
the weekend's
NFL.
not a dancer, but the weekend has like more poppy hits.
Right.
So
More
it's like
mainstream hits.
yeah, like J Lo and Shakira they dance and they're
Right.
you know
Also
they
too,
have
I'm
a
pretty
different
sure
career.
the NFL needs a performer who can properly put on a show, because I know for a fact, unfortunately, as much as we all love Lil Wayne and that it's in New
Little
Orleans,
Wayne, little
Lil Wayne has a
Little
little
Wayne
bit
could
of.
put on a show,
No, I'm not
but
saying
I'm
that.
saying
I'm
at
not
that
saying that he can't.
magnitude,
I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying the last few years it hasn't been as great because of either one, he keeps slurring his words from time to time, or he misses multiple rehearsals leading to the performance, and the NFL needs you to be punctual and professional all throughout the performance of leading up to February. So they made the right decision. Whether you like to cut it, see it, or slice it, they made the right decision.
yeah,
The registry is still.
I think Little Wayne would have had to work a little extra harder just to prepare. Like just put it like that.
Right. My point. Yeah.
Like
So we
it's
both
not a
agree.
regular. It's basically what you're trying to say. Like
Yeah. We. Yeah.
it's not that
Okay.
he
So we
couldn't
agree.
do it because he's Wayne,
Right.
but it's more of like you have to like strategically plan this out.
Right.
And if you're the NFL, you can't just have Wayne and that's it. You have to have Wayne and people. Like
Do you think?
you
Do you
got
think?
it. Like
Because,
if you're Wayne,
sir.
you got to call Drake. You got to
Right.
call Nicki.
And I'm
You
pretty
got to
sure
call
I'm
these
pretty
people.
sure JD didn't want that either, and neither did the NFL.
No, trust me, they wanted that. They wanted Drake on that stage. Now is Drake inclined to do it?
Clearly they
No.
wanted. Well, clearly they don't want
But
him now.
no. But listen, to what I'm saying is the only way you get Drake on that stage is through Wayne.
Okay, I see what
Because
you're saying.
Drake is not coming. Because Drake is preparing for the World Cup. He's gonna perform in Toronto World Cup,
Okay,
like the opening day. He's gonna
okay,
do that because that's global.
right.
Because there's clips about that. But on the Kendrick side of things, you can count on the West Coast, sort of like the pop out concert. It can be that, and you
But
got to
also
think
too,
about it too.
Kendrick could
You
do
got
a
to think
solo
about it too.
performance as well, because there have been a few artists who have done solo performances and where they haven't brought out anybody.
Yeah, you got to think about it too. It's an election year, so you want somebody who is more inclined to drive a political point of view.
Stance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying that because it's election year, and you know how election year influences a lot of things, a lot of like events.
Right. Okay.
Even
Well, hold
though in
up. Well,
February
technically,
elections are
isn't that
over.
not even gonna play a factor because the election isn't don't they make their decision before February
But I'm sorry.
on
Yes, but
who?
I'm saying in terms of like marketing and like
Got it. Okay, I
whoever
see
you
what
know
you mean. I
whoever
see what you mean.
wins. Yeah.
I definitely see
Like
what
the
you're saying.
first event after election is Super Bowl. Like that's
Right.
what starts off basically the year.
Right.
So
Right. No, I
shout
got
out to
you.
Kendrick. He's gonna perform a lot of his, Good Kid, Mad City.
He's got to perform,
He's
not
gonna
like us.
perform a lot from.
He got to
He's
perform
gonna
that.
perform that. The decision is now if you're Kendrick, do you play it at the end or do you play it at the beginning?
Doesn't matter.
I play it
That
at the end.
that crowd's gonna go
No,
crazy
no, it
anyway.
does. It does. It does.
Yeah.
If you're trying to send a shot, it do.
Right. And yeah.
So
All right, guys. Lastly, today's disabled story is about fashion and Paralympic athletes. Lululemon has teamed up with Canadian athlete Alison Levine to make more comfortable wear for us to wear during the Olympics, so we don't have to be worrying about zippers and uncomfortable jeans that we wear that give us skin, tightness. They use majestic closures and pull-on loops for seated and standing athletes. So clap it up for them. The Paralympians Olympics has just passed. It just ended maybe last week. So clap it up for all the athletes who won their awards and all the events. And yeah, this makes it more easier for athletes, like I said, sitting or standing, just to wear more comfortable clothing. So then that way, when they're ready to perform, it doesn't feel uncomfortable or it doesn't feel like a challenge to take off and whatnot, as we know, because you gotta be easier and work smarter. So shout out to Lululemon for that.
yeah, shout out to Lululemon and
Congratulations.
the fact that it's Lululemon. Like it's not some
Right, it's a big
like
company that we all know and
it's
love.
a big brand that we all kind of recognize, which is dope.
Right, and shout out to
Uh,
Allison Levine to help them out, design it, and make it more easier for the athletes as well.
yeah, for sure. That's
And
dope. And hopefully, like Lululemon could have a line just for people in like wheelchairs and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
hopefully
well,
out of this
it's
they can build it and make it a little bit more like.
no, well, like I mentioned, it's for both seating and standing athletes, para athletes.
Oh, okay, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
but I'm
two.
saying like hopefully Lululemon they can have a section on their website that people can go like
Got it.
purchase or whatever.
Okay, got you.
Like a line just for like, okay, you're in a wheelchair, I can go shop Lululemon, and I know they're gonna have something
I
like
see what you're saying. I see what
breathable,
you're saying. I
flexible.
see what
Because
you're saying.
Lululemon is comfortable.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I don't know if you tried it, but Lululemon men is comfortable.
Well, I rock with like Hanes or like because I know don't they make like underwear like because I know
They make Lululemon makes more like gym
oh
stuff,
gym
like
clothing. Okay, got
leggings,
you, got
some
you. So
clothing,
I'm so used
like the
to the
breathable.
yeah I'm so used to the Nike and Adidas though. I gotta try Lululemon out.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, it's good. It's good. It's a little on the pricey end, sort of. Like it's
right,
like middle tier.
right.
But that's because of Kylie, because
Oh, okay,
Kylie kept wearing it, and so
got you,
they put the prices up because Kylie kept wearing it.
so they
But before
utilize it.
Kylie, they used to be like $20, and now they're like 30, 40.
Okay, that's cool.
So, but yeah, shout out to Lulu. Hopefully, this can more brands like Nike, Adidas can
Yeah,
like adopt.
can team up or utilize it and use it in their own way.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised like Nike or Adidas didn't think of this.
Yeah, yeah, but you know,
Right?
half the time I don't even think we're even brought up in the conversation, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of sucks because low key there are certain situations where we're on where the brights are light or where the brights are brightest, and we do have to be brought up in that conversation. And
Facts.
especially because it's 2024, what are we still not bringing up disabled athletes or disabled people into the conversation for?
Facts. Facts.
So it is what it is. But we
Yeah,
like the
like we
process.
should have clothing that's easy to put on, even if I'm in a wheelchair.
Right.
Come on.
Oh yeah, like the flights. I will give credit to Nike a little bit because they did create the flight. That was
Oh,
with the
yeah,
zipper shoes at the bottom, and you can kind of slide in instead of put it on, like, especially if it was a narrow shoe. But they did need to think about with disability people with braces, which are way more wider and thicker, because so those narrow shoes can they had to be more wide width.
yeah. Wait for it.
So but
Yeah.
I like the progress. I'm happy. Clap it up for them one more time. And that is it for the Disabled podcast. We love you. Like, comment,
Yes.
subscribe, hit the bell notification when we upload, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Love.
Shout out to the
And,
Chiefs who need to beat the Bengals this Sunday. You damn sure we are gonna beat the freaking Bengals. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen,
3P, let's go.
please throw your
3P, let's go.
hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands